after many long days without the Denver Nuggets basketball, the Nuggets play tonight, as of recording, in Oklahoma City against a Thunder team that is greatly outplaying the assumptions going into the season. Although we didn't get Nuggets basketball, we did get to see Nuggets star Nikola Jokic just tear it up during All-Star Week.
He seemed to have the most fun, and he really couldn't play that much in the All-Star game because it was so fast that it was not Jokic ball.
Mm-hmm.
It was like, no, like we need to we can't have Jokic in there. He can't get up the court. All he can do is inbound the ball, and then the play is over,
Yeah.
which is not a knock against him. It's just like that's not how he plays or how the Nuggets play for a reason. It's like if you center around Jokic, that game goes very differently.
Yeah.
But he did seem to have a lot of fun. He taught what I think was, or he was the coach for the Unified game, I believe it was called.
Mm-hmm.
And that was a mix of NBA personalities and special needs players. And he did a really great job as coach. They had a whole highlight reel of him just like yelling a lot, doing his best Michael Malone impression, yelling at the refs, encouraging everyone. Really fun to see that. And just, I felt like the weekend was getting to see the fun, goofy Jokic that we only get to see in clips during the regular season.
Yeah, and I just think dude just turned 25. He is realizing how fun it is to be rich playing basketball, and I think he's only sort of famous here in Denver, but he's got a lot of famous friends in LeBron James and James Harden, and now like all of them have played each other at least 10 times, so you know personalities. It's really cool to see him like find his place amongst the NBA elite, but also be accepted in being just like the fun, goofy guy he is. I still think that he should get an Instagram just so we can follow his life a little bit more. But yeah, it was cool to see him on the national stage, even if he actually didn't get to play that much.
Yeah, he was still like a lot of the clips that I saw, and a lot of it was because of because I was following Nugget stuff. But like he was goofing around with Doncic, he was goofing around with Harden, he was having fun with LeBron. Like it was clear that last year it was like he went to the All-Star game alone. He didn't really talk to anyone. He had a nice time, but he wasn't with the NBA people. And now this year it was like, oh, I'm a part of this, which was really cool to see. Like as like what sometimes feels like the best kept secret in the NBA that Jokic is a top 10 NBA player.
Yeah.
It's nice to see the other top 10 NBA players acknowledge him that way.
Mm-hmm. I mean, he didn't get a lot of playing time, but Team LeBron won. It was interesting. Everyone knew that there was going to be some type of Kobe tribute during the All-Star game, but it felt like they complicated it to such almost a hilarious degree. But it ended with an amazing fourth quarter. Like one team had to reach 24 points in the quarter, and then it became a back and forth of a lot of bricks at the end of the game, but then finally ended on a free throw. But you saw Jokic was one of the first down the court to celebrate, and I can only hope that we talked about how poor he played at the beginning of the season, which quote unquote poor. He still played pretty good, just like a little slow and disinterested. I really hope that he gets this experience of the All-Star game just motivates him through the final stretch of the regular season into the playoffs.
Do you think that they should so they call it the Elam rule, which is where they turn off the clock and they put a point total on the board. In this case, it was 24 points in honor of Kobe Bryant. Was it 24 or was it 26 points?
I think 24.
Okay. They did a lot of tributes for his daughter too.
Oh,
so
right.
That was part of it. 24 points for Kobe, and then it was the first team to get 24. So they took the total score of the team that was ahead, added 24 points, and that was your new total. That's definitely something they could do at least for overtime during the regular season, where they could be like, we're putting 15 points on the board. First to 15 wins. We get rid of double overtimes.
That would be pretty cool, yeah. I mean, because, double overtimes are cool and ridiculous, but it's unnecessary.
Yeah. Especially because the game's over within the first couple minutes. Like, you know who's going to get there with the 5 minutes because it's like, if you make your first 2 shots and the other team misses, the game's over.
Yeah, I mean, in the game of runs, 5 minutes is the only amount of time he had. The one knock I had against the style that they did, because each quarter the winning team got a chunk of charity money, is that they had like the kids that the charity money was going to damn near courtside. So that like towards the end of the game, they just kept cutting back to LeBron's charity team and Giannis's charity team, and then finally the bronze kids got to come storm the court. But it's like, oh, y'all just broke those youth's heart.
Now they all
sitting
hate
courtside.
the Greek freak.
I know.
Like, we didn't get to rush the court. Our lives are hard enough. That's why this was a
I know.
charity thing.
That didn't sit quite all right with me, but I really loved the style, and props to our star player, best center in the league, for his fun time.
So we get to see flashes of Jokic like this, but like especially because he's had some missteps in the media, he doesn't show us this side publicly that much. But we also saw a serious Jokic in the playoffs to a degree that we didn't even know existed.
Yeah.
Last year. So how much of this fun Jokic do we feel like should be incorporated into the serious Jokic?
I think, well, the easiest way to have fun in any sport is to win. So if they just stay good, I think we get to see more goofy Jokic. But he's now in his 5th season. You get to that point where the game slows down for you, and you really do just get to enjoy the fact you're there. He already has so much money guaranteed that I don't think he has to play concerned anymore. And you've seen it a couple times, although he had a decent game against Los Angeles, but he just tried to force it a bit too much because he knew he had the ability to take the game over and win. I think the most fun version on top of winning is one who's getting a lot of assists because his teammates are getting shots to land. And so we finally have a damn near kind of mostly healthy team. If Jamal Murray can stay playing well, if Michael Porter Jr. can pick up where he left off before the injury, and Barton keeps playing his role, Millsap plays his role, Gary Harris returns from whatever vacation he's been on, then I think we get to see the most fun, happiest version of Jokic, who happens to also be the most dominant version.
I like that answer. Now we're going to take a quick commercial break. We don't have any commercials, just for the record.